with technology changing and evolving so quickly, especially in marketing and social media and so on, the current 2015, kind of, what are your best tips and advice for people into making money with social media and internet marketing?
The number one thing is you've got to. There's a lot of bombarding advice coming at us about what we should and shouldn't be doing, and there's huge numbers of options now. You've got Google, you've got Facebook, you've got Pinterest, you've got blogs, you've got Twitter, and all the rest of it. And people are confused and they're daunted and they don't know where to start. And the number one thing is you've got to only focus on anything that gives you a proven return on investment. So one of the principles of effective marketing for a small, medium-sized business is what we call direct response marketing, which means if I go, in the old days, if I spent £100 on a ad in a newspaper, I wanted to get at least £100 back from that ad. And somewhere in the mix, that has disappeared in all this talk about social media and all the rest of it. So when people come to me and say, you should be doing more on Twitter, I'm like, okay, you show me if I spend A, any money, or B, time and effort, which is the same as money, on doing this in Twitter, you show me the return I'm going to get on the investment. And if they can't show you that return, move on to something else, because there's plenty that you can. Google AdWords, if you put £100 or dollars into it, you can see within 24 hours where that money is coming back. So on Google, for example, I won't do anything on Google AdWords unless I get a 400% return on investment. And you have to be tough about this as the entrepreneur. And you've got all these people around you, these web designers and that, lovely people, but they are pressuring you to do things that aren't always in your best interest. So my first thing is, don't get caught up by the technology. Stick to those fundamental marketing principles. In terms of where we're going, there's no doubt that the big shift and change where we're going is mobile. And when mobile phones started to be used more, people would come up to me at seminars and say, you should talk more about mobile. And I said, well, actually, I'm not going to talk more about mobile because, 6% of the population is using mobile, but we've got enough other things to do to focus on first. I think we've now reached critical mass. A lot of sources of online traffic are now at 50% mobile use. And the process that is involved for a mobile user is in many ways fundamentally different. So you've got to be on top of that. And you've got to be up to speed on that. And although people are daunted by it, the really good news is, I think there's there's going to be like a 2 to 4 year gold rush with mobile because everyone's daunted by it, everybody backs off it. And so you can advertise, for example, you can reach people on Facebook on mobile phones for next to nothing. It's unbelievably cheap. And so if you're willing to just get good at it and learn a few of the strategies, there are significant profits to be made. But don't be overwhelmed. Just use common sense,